Would that be cool?
You
Think
could.
that'd be
Didn't
rad?
like Much Music do that a long time ago? They would
Hey.
have, like the crowd outside.
It didn't Much Music not work out? DriveWire. DriveWire Music, we're here to work out.
I'm not
Yeah,
Do you believe in destiny? 'Cause I can't believe you left with me.
Welcome
What's up?
to DriveWire Radio.
What's up? What's
Yo.
up? How you guys doing?
Yo,
Welcome.
whoa, we got a guest in on the. They never do that.
I didn't know if I could give away the surprise or not.
No,
If
you
I
got
was
it. You got to just be like, yo, but who's that lurking in there? We don't
Who
know.
is it? Who is
But if
it?
they've been checking on our Facebook or Instagram, they should know,
They
right?
should know. People been
DriveWire
excited.
Radio, social medias, check it out.
That's it, straight up. So welcome to DriveWire, 5 p.m. Wednesdays. Carter, Crawford, Mercedes, Brandon from Courage My Love.
Courage My
Thank you.
Love.
Yeah.
Thank you for
What's
coming.
up?
We've been really excited to have you guys in the studio for a while. I've been like bugging Dom and Fran to send me stuff about this one so I could prepare because I'm really stoked for it.
And it's kind of crazy because once we were talking about the band, we're like, dude, we've seen them. We've seen them before, like 8 years ago, like in
First
Chatham.
time.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a small world. I'm starting to realize that. 8 billion people, but I don't believe it. I don't think so. I don't believe it.
So Courage My Love has many videos. You guys are highly creative, and I love that. It's one of the things that I've noticed about you guys in particular is it's just consistent creativity going through
Constant.
the hatch, and it's really impressive. You don't see that from a lot of places. You guys have been signed and are still going since 2011, which I just found out
Yeah.
now.
Like,
really cool.
youthful. You kind of youthful. Signed to the most youthful of
Gotta
ages.
get them while they're young.
You gotta
know?
get 'em while
yeah,
they're young.
yeah, appropriate situations. Yeah.
Can you guys just talk about how stoked you were when that happened? I know it was a long time ago. Don't want to live in the past, but what was that like? A lot of people don't know.
Obviously, when you're a young band, you have like 2 goals: to play Warped Tour and to get signed. And we did both that year, so it was
That's
really
inc-
sick.
R.I.P. Warped Tour too. You know,
Yeah,
those, those bands never get to live that dream anymore.
Yeah.
Play, but that's freaking incredible.
Yeah, we were lucky, and it was honestly just since it's a major label as well, we were not even scared or apprehensive at all going into like a real legit contract. We were just like, hell yeah, we just want to be
We
signed.
want to be signed. That's what we want. We want to be
Yeah.
signed. That's all we want.
So we
Did
were
you
really
read
stoked.
it?
I mean, we read it. I definitely
Somebody
read it.
read it.
Somebody we paid read it, and then they said it was a good deal, so we went for it.
Yeah, but it
But-
was a cool experience for like a couple of kids, you know.
Absolutely.
Anything you learned right off the bat that you weren't expecting or that kind of surprised you?
No one in the industry seems to check their email ever. That was something I learned.
I've emailed my
Fair
manager
enough.
like 47 times, and he hasn't read any of them. I don't
Yeah,
get it. Like,
you expect an email back like 45 seconds later, and that just doesn't happen.
just doesn't
Yeah.
happen.
I had a cool experience because I was working at Zares at the time, and then I got the call, and then I was just stoked because I was joining a signed band.
Yeah.
That was my end of the shtick.
He leveled up. Yeah.
That is the ultimate level up, as I would say right there. Just like, dude, I just found a super mushroom in like the
Yeah.
Mario world. I think just like, damn.
I quit.
I quit.
Yeah, I'm out.
So when you guys end up signing the deal, did they end up kind of force like wanting you guys to do any like recording, any writing, any touring, like right off the bat? What was kind of the arrangements there?
Good question.
We were lucky that we already kind of had our first EP recorded before we signed to them. So
it
we
was
were
kind of
kinda
ready to
like,
go.
Here you go, put it out, please. And
Nice.
that was it. So that was good. And then in the years since, yeah, they have definitely come in clutch with recording stuff and getting grants to go on tour and stuff like
And
that.
we've
So-
heard from our previous guests, grants are everything. Like it's
Yeah.
money for the taking to help you succeed, kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like it's-
everyone in like the USA that knows that Canadian bands have that opportunity to apply for grants
probably
from the
pretty
government.
pissed.
They're so jealous. They're
Your
so
wait, your
jealous.
government gives you money to play music?
They're literally just they walk in and they see you and they're like, screw you. Honestly.
Wow, wow.
We are blessed.
Government
We're
gives
lucky.
you
We're
healthcare?
blessed.
Yeah,
what?
the healthcare is the biggest blessing we do have in this country. There's no denying that.
Very
It's
true.
so good. It's been there
My
for
biggest
me.
blessing is you, Crawford.
Hey, thank you, buddy. I love you too.
Bromance
Sorry,
in the
Stace.
station.
You know,
Bromance in the station. Bromance in the station. Guys, I want to hear about The Unreal Lives. What is that? A fake reality TV?
Yes, it is something we did about 5 years ago to promote our album before it came out.
Okay.
And the 3 of us are just very weirdly obsessed with reality TV, and I think it's because we've been conditioned to like it, because that's all that's on TV after we play shows. We go to the hotel, see what's on, and it's all just the like shittiest reality TV. Very like, you know,
Welcome to
guilty
Fox.
pleasure.
You're like,
yeah.
oh no, Fox. Oh, shitty
late
daytime
night
TV.
Fox.
Yeah, nighttime Fox.
Oh,
We have
man.
this weird, like, we're drawn to it, so we wanted to make our own fake reality TV show it's like the real lives, but it's the unreal lives.
Yeah, I feel like any chance that we get to do something like film-wise, like
take
whether
it.
it be like a movie or a show, we'll be on top of that.
Well, it's such it's opportunity to express yourself, right? In the most creative of ways, where you're like, man, we can make a video and we can do what we want.
We can do visuals
Yeah.
and music.
Yeah, what
And
draws you
music,
to it?
yeah.
Yeah, what was the initial draw? Why video?
I just think as a band, like, the three of us are very into different forms of creativity and mixed media and stuff like that. So music is like a given, you know, it's like what we gotta do. But, we all really love movies. Like, we all love horror movies. We're all kind of in that niche genre. We're kind of all film buffs, and we really geek out over that stuff. So
Right on. Nice
it was-
bonding thing there as well for
Yeah.
everyone, right? So
It was only a matter of time before we started really wanting to dive in, and I just think it's so important now that you have brand yourself and have sort of you care about what things look like just as much as what they sound like. So yeah, that's kind of just
Yeah.
something we've always wanted to do.
I did like a B-side movie soundtrack like years and years ago, and it was just like super fun. Ended up getting to be in the movie and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's just nice to be on set.
now, had you written that
experience
before the movie kind of was in the talks? It was something you had done on your own. Like, I want this to be in the movie. Like, this is a
No,
good.
we just kind of got. It was me and my one friend. We just kind of got the opportunity. They liked the songs that we were playing, so we
Nice.
just kind of like incorporated.
This is the
that with
opportunity.
movie.
Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing. That's one thing that I will honestly admit I've never really. I mean, I've had the opportunity doing short films and things of that sense. It was very stressful when they're trying to organize actors and get everything together, but being able to do it yourselves and kind of having that freedom of control and the possibilities, anytime we want to shoot, we can do it, or the creativity of what we want to shoot, when we want to shoot, how we want to shoot it. It's all yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
you guys had fun
I think
with it.
between
Clearly.
like all of us, one of our dreams is to do like a horror movie
Yeah.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
It will happen.
That's cool.
That will happen.
Yeah.
It will
Yo,
happen. That's the attitude.
You heard it
and
here
will.
first. DriveWire Radio, huh?
Yeah.
There's gonna be a horror soundtrack from Courage My Love.
Hopefully.
Maybe
Hell
I don't
yeah.
know.
What did you call me?
Nice. I was reading earlier today about your guys's
Your guys's
love song. It was slow motion,
Yeah, this-
right?
Yeah.
So we were talking about videos and how you use them, and this whole entire description of the
Yeah.
movie of the
Yeah.
video.
It's lengthy,
I sent
So-
along, yeah.
but it's detailed. It's like it gives you
Yeah.
kind of a picture of what. But
And that's after I edited it, guys. It was longer than that.
Here we go.
before.
So you're
I
just
wanted to
testing your-
juxtapose lyrics that seem very happy on a surface with visuals that are very sad at their core. That was the part, like, that's very far down in the editing, but that one, I was like, whoa, that's so
Whoa.
well said. And it's really cool that you have that I want to play these two different songs in the same video and mess with you a little bit.
Yeah.
What's to that? How did that happen?
Well, honestly, I think our music is just kind of like that in general. Like, maybe it sounds happy, but if you pay attention to the lyrics are actually really sad most of the time. And then so we never write love songs, but this song kind of turned into a love song. So I was really inspired by this thing called the pink cloud, which is part of a recovery process if you're an addict
Nice,
and stuff.
nice.
So when you're clean for the first time and you're like, oh yeah,
Feel
things
great.
are great. You're on like kind of a natural high for a while. And I wanted to make a really Black Mirror-esque video that kind of has these two sides to it, like a really dark reality side and then a very surreal, happy kind of placebo effect.
The
side
placebo
to it
effect.
as well. So yeah, I
That's
just thought that
freaking
might
cool.
work with happy lyrics, but then sad video.
sad video. If you're confused, like you're singing the song, you're like, "This is great." You watch. So I don't understand what's happening. Like,
Just a little pinch of emo in everything we
Yeah.
do.
Just be happy.
yeah, I almost feel
Fair
like that
enough.
word died like years ago. We got to bring it back.
It'll
I haven't
never
heard
die.
it
To
too
me,
much.
man.
You know,
Not
it's
to me.
no, it'll never die. It'll never die to the people.
All right.
You know.
The word
Live
emo
by the
is too good.
straightener,
We
die
have to
by the
call it.
straightener.
Going to the first break on emo because we got some good. I wouldn't call it either of these two. was gonna say we have some emo songs coming up. I don't think that's true. We have Harlequin Romance by Courage My Love, maybe a little bit of emo in there, and also Lemonade by Nikki's Wives. Catch us DriveWire Radio CFRE. We're in with Courage My Love today.
Be right back.
What's going on?
Welcome
back to DriveWire Radio.
So I think you owe me a soda there because it was like you said we said it at the same time. You know, it's like
Jinx.
Jinx. That's
Yeah.
it. Jinx. Yeah.
Jinx.
Sorry, I was gonna say Jeeves.
How
That's
about-
asking. You asked Jeeves, not Jinx. You know.
Jinx the Pokemon.
You owe me a soda, dog. That's it. Hey, that's all. You got me a Red Bull, so never mind. We're good.
Buy me
We're
some,
good.
just
We're
buy me
good.
some damn pop, man. Just give me some pop. Welcome back. We got Courage My Love in studio. Thank you guys for being here.
2/3. We should note 2/3.
Sorry, Phoenix. Shout out to Phoenix. Courage My Love.
Shouts to Phoenix.
What's up?
What's
We're
up,
told
Phoenix?
you're pretty cool.
Pretty
They've
cool
said really
person.
good things about you. I'm just gonna let it like the dead air hang.
Phoenix, I love you.
You're really awesome, man. We love you. We wish you were here.
Wish you were here. It's not a full band without you.
It's not. It's not. That's where it is. So, you guys, we were talking off air. Do you have anything in particular that you use a lot that has really helped you, whether it's in the studio, with your music, with your creativity, anything like that?
Well, yeah, we were conversing, and things that Lockwood uses and Phoenix use in their production, because we're trying to build the home studio, guys, trying to get that pro level. So we've been using the UA Audio Apollo Twin interface. It makes the bass sound clear, the guitars sound clear, the vocals sound clear.
Yeah,
All the presets are sick.
It's got that Thunderbolt connection, so
Yep.
it's nice
It's
and fast.
it's a perfect fast connection too.
Yeah.
Like it's
It's very
no
pleasing,
waiting.
very pleasing to the ear and to the eye.
Well, I was just about to say from my regular ears that I've had for 25 years that have just been doing me okay. Would you say it's next level changing for the audio clarity, like clarity, I should say, not clarity.
What did you guys have before? What were you using for an interface before it?
I'm not gonna say the brand name just because it was like a big
Okay.
change in difference. Like
No
it's,
problem.
It's a
Okay.
huge
The
change.
quality.
Yeah, fair enough.
Quality.
Totally cool.
So
That's fair.
literally,
We
I
don't
would
want to badmouth
recommend-
anybody.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
that's a good
Well,
point.
It was like a 200. I had like a $200 interface.
Okay.
Opposed to like this
Sweet.
one, and it's
And
I know, I was
Nowhere near
mind blown.
comparison.
Head
You
and
get what you
shoulders.
paid for. Let's just put it that way.
Absolutely.
And that I think people need to take that to heart because I've seen some people where they're like, oh, I don't want to pay this much, but you're like, man, you get what you pay for. You pay the extra money, you're gonna get a quality product in
It's
return.
actually true.
Evidently from you guys, you
It's
guys
an
did the money.
investment in the stuff you're gonna create in the
Yep.
future.
Definitely,
So it's
definitely.
worth it.
Well, you're just using it all the time. You might as well.
Well, that's
Put
the
in
other
the
thing too.
extra
It's the
money, right?
it's the reality of you using it constantly to help perfect your game in the long run and make you guys sound better. Not that you need it because you guys already sound so good, but I mean to help you guys sound better. It's
Work smart, not
So
hard.
can you imagine if we
Ah.
had even better gear? How good it would sound?
oh man. Well, let's do a GoFundMe or something.
I was just gonna say, if anyone wants to donate to Courage My Love, we'll set up that link. You guys can throw something through to them.
Oh, man.
So, what's the creative process for you guys like? How's it work? Are you sitting down? We've heard from certain bands where they're like, "Dude, everything's together, man." We've heard from other bands that are like, "Dude, everything's separate, man."
Everything's
so like,
separate,
So it's
man.
super.
I write it, I
like,
send it to
different.
them. They criticize it, they send it on. They criticize
Yeah.
it, they send it back. I hate it.
What's
I-
it like
you
for
know?
Courage My Love? How do you do it?
It's a little bit of both. Like, I always find like when we're starting a song, I kind of need to be alone with it for a little bit, but I can't really finish it until it goes through everybody. So the three of us will all jam on it and work on it together. And lately, like with some of the songs we've been doing for our next EP that's going to come out next year, we've been starting by just jamming a vibe and creating sort of the roots of the song and then writing over top of it.
Kind of establishing the base layer of this is what we want to sound
Yeah,
like. What do we go with?
exactly.
I like those are two completely different styles of approaching it. And I think that it honestly speaks to the kind of music we get at the end though, because I love the lyrical approach. Like even as we were just saying with the video earlier, you know, the lyrics they're so deep, but you don't really, you don't realize they're so deep. And that really starts with just kind of the writer sitting down and just being like, this is what I want to write.
Yeah.
This is for you guys now. What do you feel what do you hear when you read this? Or, I mean, I don't know how, I'm not a musical writer. I don't know how that works, but like when you read lyrics, do you get like a feel from them? Do you get a vibe? Like, how do you guys end up going about the musical component of that?
Well, when we're jamming it all together, it's more about creating like the musical vibe and kind of getting in the zone. And then from there, I find it so much easier to actually top line it with a melody. And then I'm really weird because the lyrics and melody for me come at the exact same time, which is weird. Some people go in and write lyrics first. Some people go in and write melodies first. But for me, it kind of is like a picture that's blurry, and then it slowly comes into focus by the end.
In full color. Yep.
Let's hope, yeah.
That's really cool.
That is very cool.
It's almost like you're downloading.
Yeah.
It's almost like
Yeah.
you're picking it up from out there and just pulling it in.
Do you have a
Yeah.
connection with the universe that we're not aware of that we can download things, or is there like a backdoor
I could try and
IP or
explain it
something?
to
Yeah.
you,
She
but
threw
I
a
doubt
funny
you
look at
understand.
Andrew, so I think there is some sort of, you're onto something.
She's
man.
like, he knows.
Yeah.
He knows. he knows too
Let's
much.
just change the subject right here.
Let's do it. The new EP. So
Yes.
what's coming up? What should we expect from you?
Well, we've been working on an EP like all year. So the singles that are out already are going to be on the EP, as well as some new material.
Right on.
It's going to be a very nostalgic 80s inspired type sound,
Cool.
which I'm really stoked about.
Now, did we use Stranger Things to kind of motivate ourselves for this? Like, I mean, are we just like, this is the vibe that flowed. This is what we loved.
I think it's like a mix of, for me, I love the production from back then, like the 80s synths, the percussion sounds. You
The
know, like,
live recording off the studio
Yeah.
floor is a big, huge thing that's missed. I'm
I
just
think
gonna say that.
the 80s and 70s, some of the best melodies in history were written, like very melodic, kind of, you know, I don't know, just that whole, I just think I'm really into that whole era in terms of music.
A lot of good music came out of there. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing to be upset about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the theme for our next EP,
Cool.
which will be coming out in 2020.
2020.
2020.
Any tentative
Yeah, tentative
month? Like, can we
date?
narrow it down a little more?
We're hoping for
January
April.
through
Hoping for April.
February.
That's pretty
yeah,
early.
Oh,
April.
wow.
In time for my
Nice.
mom's birthday.
Oh,
That's the
wow.
goal.
Happy birthday, Mom. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Are we gonna give her a gold plated record? Be like, mother, here.
I don't know if this is a weird behind the scenes fact, but every EP we've ever released has come out on someone's birthday that we know. And
Whoa.
that's not even on purpose.
It's just coincidental.
It just happens. I don't
Or you
know.
guys know a lot of people.
Yeah, and it's always got
Ah.
to come out on like a Friday. So it's like the odds of someone's birthday. I don't
On
know.
the
I don't know if that
Friday,
makes it more likely or not, but it just kind of all.
I wish my birthday
coincides.
fell on a Friday every year. That'd be sweet. That'd be
Same.
sweet. No, but that's cool. So, I mean, when we're looking at, I guess, the EP in depth, you said you've been writing it all year. Have you guys, because you guys have been doing some shows and touring as well throughout the year, right? Has it been writing different vibes through different locations, different ideas through different shows, kind of evolving shaping the ball as the year's gone on, or?
I mean, definitely. I think the best thing that maybe has happened for us this year was at the beginning of the year, we were really kind of unsure what kind of artists we wanted to be moving forward and what genre, you know, like how do we want to position ourselves. And now it's pretty much the end of the year. And I think we are very sure we know who we want to be. We know what kind of music we want to make. And
This is who we are. This is what we make. And
so we've been recording just at home pretty much this whole year, but I
Nice.
think the going out and maybe seeing other artists and being inspired by that, or like seeing some visual stuff we thought was cool, definitely helps shape the whole thing.
shapes it.
You really can't like plan that far ahead of like, or that in depth at least. It's
Mhm.
kind of just like what happens is what you're feeling at the time, right?
It just kind of happens at the moment, and then
Yeah.
it kind of perfects itself over the
I
time.
resonate with that so much, man. So much. The number of people who I have heard of who are trying to get something done, not even necessarily artistic, but they are trying to do it in a way, and then they don't know how to do it. So they're like, well, I can't do it. Instead of trying to take the next step and then learn it and then being like, okay, well, where can I step
Where
from
can
here
I
and from here and
go?
from here and move towards it? They
Yeah.
just don't at all. But
You
clearly
kinda
that's
just have
not
to
for you
like
guys.
trust your gut sometimes and like just like believe in yourself at least, even if you have like doubts about an idea that you're working on. Like you made that because you like it, right? Like,
Yeah, repeat it
that
again for
came
the
from
people in the
you.
back, man, because that's huge. Because I feel like a lot of people, as he was saying, do give up on themselves kind of when they're in that. They're like, oh, does my gut tell me the right thing? Does my gut tell me the wrong thing? Or do I trust
Yeah.
myself? And then quit. And then you never get maybe the next Prince or your next little Michael Jackson or something.
I
You
feel
know?
like everyone tends to like second guess themselves. You just kind of got
100%.
Like,
100%.
if you're not gonna go with that one idea, what idea are you gonna go with?
How do you deal with that as a
Ah.
band? Does that ever like plague you? A lot of bands I've talked to have had that where they're like, they're unsure. Do you ever get that or no?
Well, what happened for us was we were pretty confident going into the gate, and then once we had our first release, we went on tour, stuff like that. We kind of learned how the industry works, and we got a little bit more like, oh wow, yeah, it's going to take a lot of work. Like this is not just going to be oh, we're signed now, we get to just sit back and
Everything
relax
is
type thing.
done for us now.
So it was sort of a learning curve, and I think we've learned to really respect the process, but also enjoy it. Because I think a big problem when, I know I'm like speaking for myself, but I know you feel the same way too, is something good can happen that you've worked towards for months, and then it happens and you enjoy it for like 10 seconds, and then you're like, okay, what's the next thing?
What's
the
next?
thing? And that's like the drive that kind of keeps you going and keeps you hungry for the next opportunity. But also those opportunities, when they come, you got to savor them and really enjoy them. So I think my advice to anyone out there would be like, it's really important to look forward, but also don't forget to look back and see how far you've come and like learn from what you've already
Reflect on the
accomplished.
past battles and things that have got you to where you are. Not,
Totally.
Totally.
that resonates a lot with me.
And like,
That's-
I was even thinking about like, just like being nervous before, like an interview or something. It's
yeah.
like,
Nah.
if you didn't have that though, and like you're scared of that, but like that's part of it. It's
Yeah,
all
that's
part
the
of it,
experience, right?
It's part of
Yeah.
the experience. So you kind of got to enjoy that as well, instead of have it like put you off.
I mean, let's put
I
you
agree with
guys
that.
in a seat right now. Just close your eyes and picture it. Remember when Mark Hoppus had, you don't actually have to close your eyes. It's a radio. It's okay. The people will believe you. Mark Hoppus, he had that show on that music network. He calls you guys are coming on. You're going to be nervous as hell though, but are you not going to go out there and kick ass at that interview?
Every
Because
single time.
It's such a good opportunity. It's such an interview. Like you said, you know, it's there. It's so exciting. And then when it happens, you're like, freaking, this is happening.
Yeah.
You know, that's that motivation that keeps you kind of going. From what I'm hearing,
How
it's
do-
that kind of the
Yeah.
motivation that keeps you going there.
Well, the nerves and like, there's like this sort of sense of imposter syndrome sometimes when good things happen to you, and you're like, you're thinking like, oh, they're gonna realize that I don't actually belong here or something like that, like that
I
I
don't
didn't
fit in.
I'm not good enough for this, right?
But that's definitely not it.
the thing is, everyone, yeah, you're always, that voice in your head is gonna be there, but you also have to remember like, something I did brought me here, so I do deserve
Yep.
to
I
be
do
here.
deserve to be
I'm
here,
This
yeah.
is mine. I have to go in. I have to get that bread.
I love
Get that
I love
bread,
that.
yes.
And so I resonate with that so much, because I've seen people in my life who have gotten themselves to a position where they get the thing that they've been chasing. So whether it's a bigger paycheck or getting on stage at a show or an
stage at a
interview
show,
or even
interview,
getting an
yeah.
interview, like that, and then like you said, they don't believe that they deserve the thing, and so now they start shutting down. And that little voice in your head, for me specifically, figuring out like, whoa, like this is my voice in my head that I can kind of start to, I do actually deserve this, and I do.
Yeah.
That's been huge for me specifically, is shutting that down. So
I
I
can
love
tell
that.
myself to shut up and just keep down and keep going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
that's my own voice. Shh, quiet up
Because
there.
that voice can sabotage you.
It
Like,
will.
It will, yeah,
we
it can.
went through a period of that when we were like getting pressure from our label to be radio artists that were really, you know, popular on the radio, and there's a certain format for that we just never have really fit.
That's
as a
not
band,
who you guys
know?
are. Yeah, I kind of feel like I know the kind of vibe they're already trying to be like,
Yeah.
hey,
That was
we
one of my
want you on
questions.
top 40.
Yeah.
And you're like, but we're not top 40.
So how do you, for everyone who doesn't see, I'm putting my fingers together, like clasping my head. How do
Check
you do
the
that?
video,
Like, how do you
DriveWire.
make them? How do you fit the mold but not?
I think you fit your mold, because we live in a world now where you don't have to be a specific mold. Like Spotify exists, and there's so many genres and subgenres of that. And so really the people who listen to your music define kind of what mold you fit in, and you don't need to cater to that.
Yeah, you don't need to
They're
fit
already-
into the mold necessarily,
Yeah,
right?
like I think in this day and age, the more out of the box you can be, the more you stand apart from the rest of the pack. And you can focus more on being sort of a trendsetter instead of a trend follower. That'll
That's
serve
huge.
you a lot better in the long run.
I'm gonna change. I'm gonna kind of use what you said there and kind of picture it, because there's a rapper that kind of recently came up the last couple of years, JPEG Mafia, and he kind of has that persona stage where he does things differently. He does things unique. You know, he gets the people's attention. Like, you know, he doesn't fit his shoe into another person's mold. He creates his own mold. You know, he's making his own. You know, you're all creating your own Hollywood. You know, stars of fame where you're not fitting into a mold. You're signing your own name. You know,
How-
and that's huge.
How do you trend set?
I think you just don't worry about anyone else. Like literally
Nice.
just
do
Good
yourself.
ass
yourself.
answer.
Yeah.
That's a great answer.
Do yourself.
Just don't even think about those other cats.
Yeah.
Well, and again, it falls down to the mold. You're not trying to you're not trying to please people with something that's already been done. You're trying to please people with something that creates a combination of things that have already been done and worked really well.
There's a mindset.
Conquer those inner battles.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's
For
what it
yourself,
is.
right?
You shouldn't
Conquering
be
the
in
inner battles.
competition with your peers. You should be in a competition with the part of you that's like procrastinating, or the part of you that's not really sure if they can do it, or that's lazy or whatever.
You're not really kind of trying to overwrite other people.
Yeah.
You're trying to work with each other to be printed on the same page. Kind
So
of
it's like what you said.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, foosball.
Yeah, we got a pretty sweet campus here. I don't go here, but it looks
true.
pretty cool. They got
Nice.
foosball tables. I never
would
had
be
foosball in my school.
Okay. I'm going to do this on air. Do you think it would be cool if we had like a microphone right there and people could actually talk
Yes,
in and ask
talk
you guys
to you
questions while we were
guys.
here? Because that's what we were thinking. But logistically, getting a mic on the other side of that clear wall is actually really
It's gonna
hard.
take some work.
True.
But getting it out there, if it was there and it said, hey, like, Courage My Love, and it was big, and then like, ask them a question.
Ask them a question.
Would that be cool? You
You
think
could.
that'd be
Didn't,
rad?
like, Much Music do that a long time ago? They would have,
Hey.
like the crowd outside.
It didn't much music not work out. DriveWire, you know? DriveWire music. We're here to work out.
I'm not
Yeah,
No, but
sneak in there and
I do think they did have something very similar to that. They were onto something at the time, because that was that engagement with the direct artist to fan base, right? Or the fan to even host, or even you guys are the artists. Like, you guys
Yeah.
are why people come and listen to us.
Well,
So
I think it's always good to like connect with the fans and
Yeah.
like people who are interested. That guy probably was just like, "What's going on here?"
hey,
man?"
what's
Like-
up, guys? And we're just like, and it can hear us
Hey,
out
man.
there, and we're just like, hey,
Yeah.
man. No, and that hopefully made his day, because that
Yeah.
that matters.
And
That
also,
matters.
we just had like a 30-second conversation about that dude while he
that
was.
dude, yeah, he just
Yeah.
got some promo. Yeah,
Yeah, there
sup,
you go.
dude?
What's up, dude?
So last time we saw you guys, you were playing the DriveWire show in December last year. Is
Last
that
year.
right?
Right,
How did that go?
yeah.
You loved it? You hated it?
I loved it.
You loved it.
Any shows we get to play, we have a good time.
It's a good attitude.
That's a good attitude.
It was our last show of the year, that one. So
Wow.
So
it was
it's the
show.
final. You go the hardest.
Yeah.
You make the most bang for the buck there.
What do you think people can expect at the one coming up?
So our next show is actually in the new year in London.
Ontario?
On January. Yes, London, Ontario.
And maybe going to England. We don't know. We don't know.
You never
Maybe.
know.
Not
Gotta specify
not next
these
month, but
things.
later in the
do.
year. Later in the year.
Yeah, on January 2nd. And it's gonna be really fun. We're also doing an emo night, like DJ set after. So if you have any emo requests,
Rum Runners?
no, it's at Call the Office.
Call
this
the off.
time.
Even
Yeah.
cooler.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a cool venue. They're all cool venues in London.
What time is
Shout out London.
doors?
I don't. You know what? Probably 7. Let's
Almost
just say.
everyone
Nice.
just says
Nice.
that.
Yeah,
just show up
show
around
up
7.
seven. Show up
There we go.
seven.
We-
Tickets are available now. If you have any questions, you can look it up online.
Right on.
Yeah. So that's January 2nd at Call the Office in
Yeah.
London, Ontario, not London, England. Sorry, guys, in the
I'm
UK.
sorry.
7 p.m.
Listeners.
Eastern Time. The DriveWire Show 2019 is going to be December 19th, 2019. Also 7 p.m. doors just seems to be
Just-
the
it's
magic
a
number.
coincidental
You
thing.
can also get tickets online, box office online. Where can they get tickets for yours? Just at the door?
You can get them at the door. You can just get them online. Our website is ilovecouragemylove.com. It's probably a
Nice.
good
I like
place to
it.
start.
I
Yeah.
love couragemylove.com. I dig that. I dig
Figure-
that. Okay, we're going to our next break. We got Really Want to Let You Down by Mono Whales and Summer Lights. Oh my gosh. Summer
said-
Nights and City Lights by Drop Top Alibi.
We're
We're coming up to a live performance
We
from
got
these
live
cats in
performance.
studio. I might get 8 or 9 songs of them. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Hey guys,
just
I don't know if
kidding.
you're prepared, but
Just
we want
kidding.
the new album
Yeah.
played. And not just played, we want it live. Sorry,
We
didn't
got it
try to
right
do
on the spot.
Oh my gosh. We're coming back with Courage My Love here at DriveWire Radio. Stick around for some live tunes. It's going to be really, really rad.
CFRE.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Welcome back, DriveWire Radio. I hit him with a funny joke before we went on air. That's what I like to do. We got a live performance.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet.
It's gonna be sweet.
It's going to be sweet. We got 2/3 of Courage My Love right now. We got Brandon and Mercedes in studio. We got 4 songs coming
4
up. It's really
songs,
cool.
and we're gonna get a story after every song. We're
Yes.
gonna get a stop. We're gonna
Yeah,
get a
you
go.
guys
We're,
tune up, it'll be
You
good.
don't have to, but we can talk about it.
Okay, we're kicking her off with Teenagers by Courage My Love. Take
First
it away
one.
when you're ready.
a drag from your cigarette. Anticipate the taste of it on my lips. Playing dumb with your cool friends. I wonder what they think about us. You got a type and all that. White Cadillac. Said you like girls who look sad, never calling back. Living your past, leader of the pack. Who you fooling anyway? Drive fast, wanna live the same. Summer break, don't you forget about me. Wanna run with the renegades. You're a modern cliche, acting like we're teenagers. 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 You're a modern cliche, acting like we're teenagers. After the weekend, will it be the same? No. Tell everyone it doesn't mean a thing, though. What's in the future that you're trying to run from? Wonder what you're so afraid of. You got a type and all that. White Cadillac. Said you like girls that fight back. Guess it's all an act. Living your past, leader of the pack. You're fooling anyway. Drive fast, wanna live the same. Summer break, don't you forget about me. Wanna run with the renegades. You're a modern cliche, acting like we're teenagers. 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 You're a modern cliche, acting like we're teenagers. Who you fooling anyway? Drive fast, wanna live the same. Summer break, don't you forget about me. Wanna run with the renegades. You're a modern cliche, like we're teenagers. Teenagers. We're teenagers. Wanna run with the renegades. Acting like we're teenagers.
That was fantastic. That was, I mean, now listening to the lyrics, there's
Yes.
what's the story behind it? Is there like an inspiration for the story? Is there a drive for the song? Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We all know that person who's like hanging on to their high school years.
Yeah, me right here. Yep.
Yeah.
Best time of my life, you know, great. I went 14 to 17, great time ever. No.
I'll try not to be too harsh then.
No, it's okay. Rip
Do
at
it.
me. Rip at me.
Do
No,
it.
do it. I'm kidding. Teenager was whatever. It was a crazy life.
You know, you're like kind of looking back on those days as the glory days and looking forward as if it's all going to be kind of downhill from there. But also, I think the song is just about that typical. Can I cuss on the radio?
Do it.
I mean, yeah, we're
Do
internet
it.
radio.
Okay. The typical asshole out there who just
Oh,
thinks
well,
they're
that's a
shit all the
curse. Oh
time.
my God, this. You know,
I was
this is
expecting a
close,
bad
but-
one.
Yeah, I was. Welcome to 2019, where asshole's a curse word.
By the way, like 30 minutes ago, you said shit full on air, and
Yeah.
you didn't ask about
Didn't
that one.
even
So
a-
then
you
when
didn't
you
even
asked
notice,
for the swear word, I was like, okay, it's gonna be a bad one if she's asking. And it was
But the
just
story's
asshole.
just about people that are afraid to let kind of the past go, move on, and grow. It's
Yeah, and maybe who like have this unrealistic expectation of what life has to offer necessarily.
Teenagers.
Yeah, you know. So it's
Love
sort of
Dude, that's awesome. That is
Yeah.
awesome.
The video is basically all about the Breakfast Club, so we just reenacted the Breakfast Club for the music video.
There goes that they're bring back in that 80s references
Yeah.
earlier from. I love it.
You know
I
what
love
it
it.
is. You
I'm
know what
getting it.
it
I'm
is.
slow but steady. I'm getting it.
Slow but steady.
It's
Talking
funny.
of slow but
Hey,
steady.
we got a slow, title song.
Slow motion is what
There
it
we go.
is.
Yes,
Yeah.
slow motion. So this is the latest single.
Take it away,
gonna play it
DriveWire
acoustic.
Radio.
Slow motion, falling in. I bet you think I didn't notice. Always hiding in the back of the room. So used to being out of focus. Can't handle everybody looking at you. Do you believe in destiny? 'Cause I can't believe you left to me. Dying to live in the moment. Can we just love in slow motion? Slow motion. Now we're falling in slow motion. Now we're falling in. You were a lost girl when I found you. Too many lonely hearts been treating you wrong. Weight of the world pulling you down, yeah. Oh, let me take your mind off of it all. Do you believe in destiny? 'Cause I can't believe you left with me. Dying to live in the moment. Can we just love in slow motion? Slow motion. Now we're falling in slow motion. Getting lost in it. So take your time, pull me closer in slow motion. Now we're falling in. My world started when you walked in. One look, I'm hypnotized. Don't let this end. I'm hoping we're all in, falling in. Do you believe in destiny? 'Cause I can't believe you left with me. Dying to live in the moment. Can we just love in slow motion? Slow motion. Now we're falling in slow motion. Getting lost in it. So take your time, pull me closer in slow motion. Now we're falling in, yeah. Now we're falling. My world started when you walked in. So take your time, pull me closer in slow motion. Now we're falling in.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies
down
and
with
gentlemen,
that.
I'm down
I'm
with
down
that.
with that.
That is pretty sweet.
What does falling in slow motion actually mean?
So in this song, lyrically, it's supposed to be like when you're young and you know that you're falling hard for someone, but your odds of making this relationship last your whole life, like the rest of your life, are pretty slim.
They're
You know,
very-
it is. Facts are facts.
Facts are facts.
So it's like, okay, well, maybe we can't be in love forever, but can we slow down this like descent? You know, slow down sort of this feeling, I guess.
Slow
That
down
is
the
sad,
breakdown.
man.
That's real sad. Yeah. Ouch.
That one's
Ouch.
that's
I wish I
rough.
didn't ask.
Like,
you know?
listen, we all know the Titanic's gonna sink.
It's gonna sink.
But if we could just do like most of the trip and then it sinks, because then it's longer on the way down. Is that kind of summing up with a good metaphor? Maybe not. I don't know. It's all good. It's all good.
They're
That was
not
sweet, man.
paying
That was
attention.
sweet.
He is
No,
getting it. No, he's got it. Though.
Honestly,
He's got it.
we're just killing time so they can tune up.
gotta
they
tune
can
it up.
figure it all out, get their amp set up in the right way.
If you've enjoyed the show so far, check them out online. Courage, my love.
Probably Instagram, probably
Instagram,
Facebook,
Facebook.
probably
Oh, definitely
Snapchat.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's the big
Definitely.
one. Yeah.
And then their website. What was your website
I
again?
love couragemylove.com.
I love couragemylove.com.
Yes.
All right, we got a third
Easy
tune.
enough.
You do?
It is a third. It is easy. It's easy. I love it. I
Courage,
love
my
it.
love. And I do.
So with our third tune, Harley Quinn Romance.
Yes, Harlequin
That's-
Romance.
I love the title. I love the tune. We heard it earlier.
You did.
Let's hear it live.
All right,
All
we're
right.
gonna hear a chilled out version of it now.
DriveWire Radio.
Nothing I can say or do to change your mind. Feeling like I must have tried 1,000 times.
you got so much emotion. I'm just going through the motions for you. I can't lie. I'm bending, breaking, caving, can't take it. Hands are shaking, don't make me say it. I don't wanna be in love now. You don't wanna just be friends. Probably shouldn't see each other again. You want me to play along now? I don't think you get it yet. It's a Harlequin romance, and it's all in your head, and it's all in your head. It's all in your, and it's all in your head, and it's all in your head. It's all in your. I'm not trying to be the one to hold you back. You tell me that you love me and I don't react. Bending, breaking, caving, can't take it, can't watch, so just stop, don't make me say it. I don't wanna be in love now, you don't wanna just be friends. Probably shouldn't see each other again. You want me to play along now, I don't think you get it yet. It's a Harlequin romance, and it's all in your head, and it's all in your head. It's all in your, and it's all in your head, and it's all in your head. It's all in your, and it's all in your, all in your, all in your head. It's all in your, and it's all in your head, and it's all in your head. It's all in your. Gotta draw the lines you can't read in between. No, we're not on the same page, we've never been. 'Cause you fell in love with the idea of me. But the girl you want, she just doesn't exist. I don't wanna be in love now. You don't wanna just be friends. Probably shouldn't see each other. Oh, you want me to play along now? I don't think you get it yet. Ooh, in your head, and it's all in your head. It's all in your head. All in your head. It's all in your all in your head, and it's all in your head. It's all in your. That's it.
Right on. That's it. That's it. It's over.
It's over.
That's it for us.
It's over.
It's
over.
That's the third tune.
DriveWire's done forever. We're quitting everything.
Thank
right
you
now.
for
It's
listening
over.
to DriveWire
It's
Radio.
over.
That's it. No,
Find it
no,
on the top notch.
it's
Let's
not.
leave it there.
It's not. It's
Let's
not.
leave
We
it there.
can't. We can't. Should we? No. Exactly. That's the right answer. We don't leave it there. We never give up.
Win those inner battles.
We are winning this inner battle. So I guess we should reflect on it like we did on all the other ones. The story for that song. What do we have for the story? I mean, you are tuning, so I'm not trying to get information out of you while you're trying to do something. Let me fill this dead air with my voice.
You want to know? Let's do this. Before we ask,
Let's guess.
let's guess what Harlequin Romance was about.
I mean, did you see Suicide Squad? You're like, damn, this movie sucks. I should write a song about it.
Harley Quinn romance.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hey, maybe she got romantic. I never saw the movie. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know.
So that's funny because you're not the first person to actually make that comparison.
Yep.
But Harlequin romance is like a series of books from the 80s.
I was saying
like
Harley.
Harley
Oh,
Quinn,
that's
not
it's
the
Harla.
character
It's
from
Harla.
Batman.
It's Harla.
Harlequin.
Yeah, her
like the,
her
you know,
name, is kind of
Yeah, like
based
the
on
clown,
that, like
yeah.
a little
Off
like
that
jokery
tale?
kind of thing.
Mhm.
But no, about it's. We'll talk about it off air.
We'll
man,
talk about
honestly.
it after.
A Harlequin romance is like basically it's like a novel that's like I think pegged towards mostly like middle-aged women to read. That's like a romance type thing, and it's very
Cool.
idealized and like super romantic and cheesy and corny.
40 Shades of Grey before it was 40 Shades of Grey. kind of deal?
Exactly.
I should
Nice.
get one of
And
those
now
for
it's
Dom
50
for
50
Christmas.
shades.
Dom would love it for Christmas.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing.
But it is it is a literature in the end. It is like a fantasy, right? So that's kind of what the song is about. Is it's not a real romance. It's sort of a romance that someone
It's a
made
book.
up, like
It's
built
a-
up in their head
Okay.
type thing.
And it's so interesting too, because like in relationships, you can be all in love with your idea of somebody else in your own head and wrapped up in that, and not even know what the
Not
other
even
person's
know it.
like.
But we wrote this song from the other perspective, from the person who's like, I'm not even into you. Why are you like?
Sweet.
It's kind of
Oh.
harsh, but yeah, the song is a little harsh, but it's kind of like letting someone down and being like, this is all in your head.
This is
dude.
in your head.
Maybe
into
let's
it.
just be friends.
Yeah, let's just be
Let's
pals.
grab a coffee sometime. All right. Anyways,
Cool your jets. Cool your jets.
cool your jets, guys. We got one more coming out from
Yep.
Courage My Love. It's called Stereo.
Mm-hmm.
How long has this one been around? Is this one newer? It's older.
This one's a little older. It's
Okay.
about 2 years old,
Cool.
almost
Okay.
3. And this was the only song we ever had radio success with, so we're gonna play it on your radio
Heck
show.
yeah! Let's go.
And yeah, it's called Stereo. We were kids smoking up wildfire in your lungs, burnt the world just because we could. Dirty knees, summer dry, stolen liquor on our lips, heels in our hands, walking home with you. Now you hate saying my name, fading in and out of your waves. I'm a song you don't wanna play. Ooh, I hope you hear this on your radio, radio. Frequency feelings I keep peeking, I'm out of control. Sending signals I just can't take out, can't take out. Got me back and forth, lost in your stereo. I always thought you and I would be like the stars at night, permanent, never drift apart. You drew a line in the sand that divided all our plans, never meant to let it get this far. I'm a song you don't wanna play. Ooh, I hope you hear this on your radio, radio. Frequency feelings I keep peeking, I'm out of control. Sending signals I just can't take out, can't take out. Got me back and forth, lost in your stereo. Frequency feelings I get when you play your games in my
hope that one got lost on your stereo on the DriveWire Radio website. Thank you for listening. Phenomenal, guys. Before we go to break, you guys want to get a little quick story in on that one? It's a beautiful song. I love that it was the one that got radio success because the song itself is about hearing me on the radio. So I love it.
There you go.
What's the story?
This one is about when you're reaching out to someone and you just, like, they've kind of cut you off. And so your last resort, basically in the chorus, is like, I hope you hear this on your radio.
I hope you hear it.
And you know it's about you type thing.
Oh,
Deep.
Man.
It's emotional.
There's some
like
hurt in there.
This is Courage, my love.
Oh, man.
DriveWire Radio.
Guys, thanks for
We're
doing
going
that
to
live
break.
performance.
We'll be back.
We'll let you guys tear down. We'll hit a break.
Yes.
We'll come back. We'll wrap up. Everything's been good. Courage, my love. DriveWire Radio, CFRE, UTM campus. Thanks for checking us out. Catch us in a sec. Close it all out.
DriveWire Radio.
We're quiet and we go on. It's very,
it's a system that works.
It's a switch.
Right?
You flick the switch. You got Carter, you got Crawford, you got Mercedes, you got Brandon. Courage, my love, in studio. I love couragemylove.com.
Yeah.
Right? Not .ca. Okay, .com. They got stuff coming up, man. They got a January 2nd. Call the office in London, Ontario, 7 p.m. doors. Freaking go there if you're in London. It's gonna be an awesome show. I already know it.
I don't need to hype it. It's just gonna be
Seriously.
good. You guys heard the live performance. Get down there, spend your money, watch this amazing band perform.
I love
Simple
it.
as that.
I
It's gonna be
like
a little more rockin'.
You'll see
Yeah.
Phoenix too.
Yeah,
I
you'll
will
see
see the
Phoenix.
third member. It'll be
Keep
more
drumming.
rock. It'll be more like
Sweet.
electric-y, it'll be live electric, not that acoustic torn down.
Yeah,
Kind of, right?
I
So
like
there we
that
go.
you. I
Rock.
like that you changed it to come in here, though. You kind
Definitely.
of have to do that to your music. It's a little bit of a smaller venue. You make it a little more. I don't
I
want to
mean,
say
one day I
folky,
wanna-
but lighter.
Yeah.
I want my eardrums blown out one day from a live performance in this studio, but not today.
Yeah, just bring like a punk band in here, get a crazy live
Enough people
show.
come out, I'll throw myself into the crowd, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there we go. There we go. Crowd surf it.
There we go.
Yo, so this is the part of the show where I tell you what I learned from you guys. So the way it works, we have an unwritten agreement. All right, you're allowed to cut me off in this part of the segment. If you
Anytime.
want to jump in, say something.
Ooh.
Yeah, just seriously.
Just be like, nope.
You're right. That's how this part
This
goes.
has.
Okay. First thing, you guys didn't say this, but I picked it up from you, is read the damn agreement.
That's a
Right?
given,
It
yeah.
I mean,
really
you were
matters.
17 at the time, though.
I wouldn't
young,
have. I wouldn't have.
I
at that
wouldn't have
age.
either. I would have
would've
been
just
eager. I
so
would have been like,
excited.
I want to be signed. I'm signed. This is happening.
But read the agreement. We know you're
Definitely.
excited, but if you get an offer from anybody, read it. We've gotten into issues. I've heard from people who have gotten into issues, and they're
Yep.
told that their lawyer calls them up and says, "Do you even understand what you just
didn't
signed?"
even understand it. Yeah, you legally don't own one half of the rights to your song, right? You know that, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Read the
Read the
agreement.
contracts.
So many
Always.
bands get
Shafted like
Shafted.
that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's true. It's
They
true.
do.
You gotta be wary, and it's exciting. It really is, but you can also negotiate with yourself. Be prepared. So what I love is when we ask you, like, well, what were the next steps after the signing? You guys were like, well, we just kind of said release this EP we already have. That's so key. Like, you
Yeah.
already had the damn thing done. They were running
Get
with
it
you,
out
not
there.
running for you.
Yes.
It's a huge difference, man. I love that. I love that. You guys care what it looks like.
Yeah.
Your whole
Visuals.
entire personality of the two of you guys, your style, your videos, the whole picture matters. And you guys are really good at that. We've had a couple other bands. Words Like Wildfire has been in here too.
Excellent.
And they do these like really cool live lighting gigs.
The
and
lighting setup.
they also really care what it looks like, and it served them super well, and you guys big time. So I love that you do that. Same thing with Mono Whales. They really care what it
Whales.
looks like, and these bands
Nikki's
all
Wives
have that
band,
in
same
common.
with Nikki's,
They
same
really
with-
care what it looks like.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
we've been talking about
You kind of have to in this day and age, you know? It's like, why leave it up to someone else? Like, if you have a vision in your head or you have a specific vibe that you feel will carry your music, you know, or like make the message hit harder or whatever it is.
Make it hit harder. That matters.
Yeah.
That impact.
have to care about it.
People can't read your mind, right?
Yeah.
Like, if
One
you-
day, no. But it's true though. You gotta try to get what you're trying to get to them. You know that message.
Yeah.
That
It might seem obvious to you, but
And it's
no one else is gonna know what's going on, right?
it's hard to tell people who you are. Like, it's easier to show people.
it's
who
showing
are.
you who I am. Yeah. Who are you? Well, let me just write this 50-page novel
Yeah.
and I'll explain to you who I am. And
Well, we all look for, like, the way the human brain works is we're looking for shortcuts, right? So if I'm someone who really values artistic creativity and I have a lot of tattoos that are hidden under my sleeves, I have one, it's not a lot. But if I did and I saw those, instantly the symbols, I'm like, I
Connected.
like you a
I
little
like
bit
you,
more,
yep,
right?
you're cool.
And what you guys are doing by over visualizing almost
Yeah.
like really hyper caring about it is you're able to put out so many symbols that so many people instantly see, and then they like you, and then all of a sudden Courage My Love is a thing, right?
Hopefully it's some, like, my favorite movies, my favorite books and music and everything that I consume is basically stuff that I relate to. So I think it's important to, like, people spend way too much time trying to see, like, well, what do the kids relate to, and like what market should I place myself in. And I think this year especially we've been really focused on like relating to ourselves, because someone out there is gonna relate to us in some way, shape, or form. So we just have to show them, who we are as people, get them to care about the people in the band and about all the things we're interested in, like movies, production.
Yeah,
I love that.
I don't think it was like anything that we had to like try for though, it's like we just kind of like gravitated to like just like everything that we like made us into the people that we are today, right?
There's something
like, so
humble
I
about
like
that.
tattoos. I'm covered in tattoos.
Yeah.
It's like
And they're cool tattoos too.
yeah,
like some people
when
got
you read
shitty
books
tattoos.
like Scar
Sweet.
Tissue and stuff about Anthony Kiedis, and like kind of shapes the way that you like perceive the world. And I don't know, if
Definitely.
you connect with stuff like that, you're just gonna kind of like grow into a person
That
that
is
is
kinda
cool,
bad.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Considered cool.
I love
whatever.
that. And I have this saying that's like, you are not that unique. And if you can relate to yourself, there's going to be enough people who are actually like you in personality and style and sentiment and
connect,
desire. Yeah. And then they also relate to themselves on that level. And now you've connected to them, not because of you, but because of them. I love that.
And you got a group of friends.
And when you're in alternative music, I think your fan base in general are people who are really looking for connection, because maybe they do feel outside of, society or like social norms, or just outside of the mainstream in general. So I think it's like there's something kind of beautiful about that, how like the angriest or saddest music is the music that forms this sense of community among people, because hopefully the first thought in their head is like, oh, someone else feels the same way that I feel, and
maybe I'm normal.
less alone.
I love that.
Shout out Linkin Park, one of the best bands to do it. I mean, one of the many, but it's connectivity with the audience really matters. Like it's that bond, as you said, you got that connection.
Be mysterious. That was another thing I picked up from you guys. You guys are freaking mysterious,
Are we
man. I don't know. I just
You
sat with
wouldn't
you
give me,
for
you
like.
wouldn't give me the secret to me.
I just sat really close to you guys for like an hour, but I'm like, man, this is a deep well of like, what the hell? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's I take it in the best way possible. It's very cool because there's an intriguing thing. Like, I feel like I want to sit down with you for 10 more hours and ask more and more and more.
Hang out, like,
and that mysteriousness that people come and they watch a show and they're almost just like, what the heck just happened? Like, I almost need to come back the next time and verify, There's that string of mysteriousness through the videos, through the lyrics, through the fact that your lyrics, I'm listening to you, right? Because you pointed out, so I'm looking for it. You're like, it's going to sound really gentle, and it's going to speak, the words themselves are going to be really rude. And not rude, but
not
rough,
rude,
in
but
your
deep.
face. Like,
they're
deep,
going to
like,
be emotional. They're going to
I'm
make you
listening to
think.
these songs, and I'm like, oh, she's right.
She's so right,
but
man.
it's mysterious.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not, usually they'll match. Usually you'll get an angry song with angry lyrics, or you'll get a happy song with happy lyrics, but not often do you get a happy song with angry or sad or
sad lyrics,
heartbroken lyrics.
Right.
I love that.
I think like subliminal messages are like something, especially in the music video that we were talking about, that's just something that we're all very, in 2019, almost 2020, we're all very aware that these subliminal messages are just in our everyday life. We can't open our phone without some sort of targeted ad showing up that is targeted just for you based on the actions that you made and the things you already looked at.
Yeah.
Or maybe what we're talking about, So it's like,
we're gonna get some ads for this this board after we're done. We're gonna get some. We talked about mics. Watch out quickly an advertisement for that mic. What? That was the mic we were talking about. How's that even happen? That's crazy. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So
No,
I
it's very.
think being mysterious. It's not something that like necessarily we're like sat down and we're like, oh, we want to be mysterious today. But I think that's the job of an artist, is to kind of ask questions and kind of hold a mirror up to society, but it's a mirror that shows your perception of what it is.
What it is.
And art, it's historically been very political, or at least the really good art, I think, has something to say about pretty much everything, whatever topic it's covering.
Yeah.
So it's not so much like being mysterious as if like, oh no, you can't have the secret. It's more just like, I think it's maybe you're drawn to someone who you feel like they have an interesting perception or an interesting look at life.
I think we're all like really deep thinkers, and like we have just like a bunch of ideas and creativity and a mind that never stops, right? So like,
And that's the best kind of mind to have, is one that never stops.
yeah,
Right?
and I think we like really connect with ourselves deeply and ask those questions, and like important questions that need to be resolved within yourself and nobody else can help you with. So
Yeah.
it's
And
really
that-
good to focus on your personal being opposed to what everyone else thinks.
That's true.
Definitely, that matters
Big
so
time.
much. Like, you wake up and you think about yourself, right? You should
Yeah.
wake up in the morning and think about yourself, not
Yeah.
anything else.
Well,
You
you
should-
can't love anyone else unless you love yourself, right?
Yeah.
And that's huge.
Fact
That's
to
got to be why
fact.
I'm single.
So is
God.
that you ever get
Forever, man,
I love you,
forever,
buddy.
yeah.
I
Well,
love you, buddy.
Thank
I
you,
love
brother.
buddy.
Thank you.
You
That-
guys, is
it's
it
gonna
ever
bring me-
nerve-wracking to be that exposed of, okay, this is my perception of this
Oh,
thing? Does
yeah.
that ever like, shit, I don't want to release this song because of that?
I mean, yeah, like when you write about stuff that's really personal, obviously what people have to say about it, you can't help but take it personally, even though you know, like, people are gonna say, oh, I like your old stuff better, or, oh, yeah, it's okay.
Oh, I like
or
the
maybe
old
they
you
love
better
it.
too, bud.
Yeah, exactly. But you can't help it when it's so personal, but take it personally.
Yeah.
But at the same time, by the time these things come out, I've been sitting on them. Like, we've all been sitting on them for
Fair.
sometimes like a year,
Totally fair.
sometimes like
That
months.
good point.
Just because you're
So-
just
Yeah.
like, I just.
It's
this
ready
is,
to
it's
come
ready.
out.
Yeah.
It's like,
And you're maybe the word that I was gonna initially say is more emotionally like disassociated. Like, you're not really attached to it as longer, but I think you're probably still close to it. But it's just been such a long period. It's not right hot in the fire.
not hot
because
on
you've
the
had
iron
time for it
anymore.
to
It
kind
It
of.
goes back to like, if you're not gonna release it, what are you gonna release? Like,
Yeah, man.
might as
Ah.
well go do something else, right?
yeah.
Why create something and then not give it to any or show it to anybody? It's like, because what did we even?
That's why you
know?
made it. And
Yeah.
holding things in isn't, we already know, like, even if it's just emotions, it's not healthy for anybody.
It almost deteriorates your health in a
So
sense.
exactly. So if you are like having a new song that no one else has heard yet feels like you have this secret that no one else knows. So then you're gonna want to share it with people eventually.
Definitely,
You know?
definitely.
Definitely.
And people love it, like, because well, I mean, that's the skepticism. Like, people are gonna love it, but I mean,
some people will, some people won't. It's okay.
that's true. And
Literally
you can't
life,
please
man.
everyone in life.
That's
That's
literally
true.
life.
That is true. That is true. That's
Trust your gut.
true.
Trust your gut and move forward, man. You got to do it. Release stuff. That's a huge
Yes.
way to talk about it. Like, I've met so many people like, oh, I'm kind of like waiting to release something that I think is really pristine before I release it. I'm like, you're never going to
really-
get
yeah,
anywhere.
man.
I'm
You're
sorry.
your own worst enemy. Right?
Really, really.
Yeah.
Fight the demons inside. I have it back here, but you just said it. Let's go there, man.
Yeah, fight the
I
demons.
actually just wrote defeat yourself.
Yeah. or
But that's
don't defeat
part
yourself.
that's part of it.
I'm such a
right?
piece of crap. Oh my god, I am defeated. No,
But,
no,
like-
no. Defeat the negative energies
Right.
that are in yourself.
We all have that, right? Like, we all, some days I honestly don't feel like going and doing anything. Some days
I wake up, I don't want to beat him at shell. It just happens. You know?
So today,
You know, the energies are just not there. Sometimes you wake up,
Crawford
they're
and I
just not
play
there.
NHL once a day at
We're
least.
getting sidetracked.
Okay.
Come on.
PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Yeah, I don't wanna talk
buddy.
about it.
Gotta get
We'll
his
have to.
gamer
It'll be
tag.
after. Yeah.
I'm
we'll
just
talk
gonna
about
make
it.
the point
Add me
that
up.
if he's gonna go after me, this guy rage quit today. Okay.
I wasn't. I
Yeah,
mean,
oh,
yeah, it did.
okay.
Third period, it did
We have
happen.
videos
Look,
of
we're
you
off. We're off topic. We are off topic here.
Be the trend.
Defeat your negative
Be the
energies.
trend.
Be the trend.
Okay, I love that you said that. We had Nikki Papu on now, Papianu,
Nikki
P.
P.
Sorry, Nikki. I'm sorry, Nikki. We had
P.
Nikki on, and she talked about trend setting and following the trend and seeing what's big right now, and seeing if you can't ride the tsunami of the wave of what's going on and all of the timing of the tangential things that might not even be about you. If you can ride that, game over.
Game over,
And you
yeah.
guys seem to be doing that really well with your
Very
trend
well.
setting and your trend following, which is cool. Does that come back to like Instagram? Are you on there a lot getting your inspiration from there? Is that a huge thing?
I mean, I wouldn't say we get inspiration from Instagram. Like, I myself have sort of this love-hate relationship with social media, because I do feel like Instagram is great for sharing your art and getting it out there, but it's also sort of become like people now format their art to do well on Instagram.
Just like that
yeah.
radio, just like radio.
Exactly. Like it's kind of created sort of this box
Wow.
that you, like photographers, for example, will tell you they look to see what photos are the most popular, and they try and kind of go in that trend and hope for likes and shares and all that sort of stuff. So I wouldn't say I get inspiration from trends on social media, but I also think you're just dumb if you're not using all the tools you have at your disposal.
Seriously.
That's
So
a great way
Instagram
to say it.
exists. Just,
Use
there's
it.
people
It's
who
free.
want to hear what you have to say. So just get it out there. Do your
Yeah,
thing.
use it as a tool. You don't have to
Yeah.
like let it run your life or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like do you, and then use the tools that you have.
Put a picture up. Don't give a hell if it gets likes or comments or
Yeah.
up. Put a picture up. Never open up the app
Exactly.
again until I post another picture up. It's just simple
Seriously,
as that.
I think that's a much more healthy way to go. And then really
Definitely.
obsessing over, oh my gosh, I have another 13 likes or another 14
Well,
likes or whatever.
that brings me to the point where I kind of the thing where U.S. Instagram was running that thing where it wasn't going to show you the likes on posts because
Yeah.
they were kind of so self-conscious about people.
I'm
being,
cool with
oh, I only
that.
got 13 likes. Oh my god!
I'm
But I
cool
mean,
with that.
You
at
don't
the end
see
of the day,
likes on Canadian Instagram either, and
Really?
now UK as well. Like the rest of the world is
kinda trendy.
changing because they have. Like I am like weirdly interested in this kind of stuff, and they found that it's helped people just post more what they want to post and not care about.
Yeah.
Because some teenagers growing up with this stuff, it's like your profile is your personality that you
Yep.
show
Yep.
to the world.
Yep.
So-
And so here's what messes me up about that, because this is like I also really care about it. And like imagine you're a teenager, and almost every teenager on a certain level is self-conscious just about because they're not sure yet.
we're teenagers. It's
Great,
just
okay.
what it is.
But then you're on Insta, and so is
No.
like
Kate Upton and you know what I mean?
yeah, like these huge names,
stars.
and they have 700 million people following them, and you have 7 friends who are on your Insta. It's weird to look
hurts.
at the numbers and be like, does that mean I'm a million times less? Like, no, absolutely not. But the numbers can play that trick on you, especially when you're looking at these people. Like, that messes with me a little bit. I'm like, man, I'm glad I know who I am,
Yep.
and I'm not trying to get my self-worth by these
Yeah.
numbers, because that could mess
'cause
with
these
you.
kids are growing up wanting to be Instagram famous, just like
And
that's
it
the
hurts.
first thing that
And what
they
happens
want.
to them
I
when
hate
Instagram
that.
goes away? What
Yeah, right.
happens?
That's
to
a
that?
big thing that's happening right now with
See
the YouTube and the YouTube monetizing channels. They're taking hundreds, if not millions, of views away from people. People are losing money and they're pissed. And it's like, well, look at yourself in the mirror, though. Is this the only skill you have to bring to the table? Is creating
Yeah.
YouTube videos? Is that your profit income? I mean, it's a good profit, but when a giant corporation, as you said, goes away, what do you do?
Yeah, it's
I
a
would
huge
just
deal.
rely like that you create art that's good enough that you can fall back on it no matter what platform it's on.
I love
Yes,
that. That's
yeah.
really
Art
good
galleries,
advice.
those are a thing.
That's
Like,
really good advice.
It can do
beautiful
well on
things.
Instagram, but that doesn't mean it won't do well elsewhere.
Yeah.
You know, so don't just format
TikTok,
it to
Vine,
a
like all that
specific
stuff.
Dude,
Snapchat.
magazines,
Yep.
newspapers,
Love it.
blogs, things.
It's
of that
all there.
sense. Yeah.
Man, you guys said something really cool. You said accept the nerves.
Mm-hmm.
So many people think about something, they get nerves, and they stop.
Mm.
And it's been hugely important for me in my life, and obviously you guys in yours, to just do
keep
it
going.
when you're scared. I always took it like, first of all, like when you're nervous, your body gets what? Like you get higher heart rate, you breathe shallow,
Like it
and
shakes.
and you get shaky, a little bit of like.
Sweats.
But
palms.
but let's talk through what happens.
Yeah,
if-
all the bad things. I mean,
what if you're really excited though? Like on a same level,
Sweat
what happens?
palms,
Sweat
excited,
palm, you get the.
shaking.
So it's for me, I always say to myself, I just label it. I'm like, I'm not nervous, I'm excited. And
Yes.
right there in that switch, it helps me. So have you guys done anything like that, or you're just like, I'm nervous, whatever?
I mean, I think we all we've been in a band for a while now. We played a lot of big shows, a lot of small shows, and I think the nerves are actually a good thing, because it would suck to just not feel that
Energy.
Here we go,
energy.
another
Yeah.
live show again. Right?
Exactly.
Like,
It's
that's
like,
just part of life, though, is pushing yourself out of your comfort zone.
mm.
Because like, if you're always in your comfort zone, like what are you doing?
You're never
right?
growing.
You're living comfortably,
You're
but
never
you're not
growing.
expanding. Yeah, you're not growing. You're
Yep.
not
Yeah.
furthering your
I
possibilities.
agree with that, man. Fill your own mold. Be out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
I like that, man. It takes a lot. It's easy to say, but it's really hard to do.
Yeah, it takes a
It's
lot to
extremely
do.
difficult to do. Humans are social, man. We all want each other's
just
support.
wanna
That's
talk,
how it
we wanna
is.
friends.
So doing something that's so dramatically different, putting stuff on Instagram that isn't what's trending, if that's you,
Creating your own trend.
it's really hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. But you guys are doing it, and you're having
Definitely.
success at it. So that's really cool.
I mean, if you're that's a kind of something we talk about a lot. Like if you're following a trend, you're always going to be late to the party by the time your stuff comes out. So, and then I think people spend too much time trying to kind of guess what is going to be the next big thing.
Trying to predict the future instead of focusing on what's now.
It can hold you back. It held us back for like 2 years. It's like, just commit to what you're doing now.
Yep.
Get the work out there. It almost feels like you're just throwing like spaghetti at the wall and something will stick eventually.
Yeah.
But if you're like, well, should I do this kind of noodle or that kind of noodle? I read that this noodle.
What kind of
was good for that.
sauce
Yeah.
should
It's
you use?
got to be cooked enough though. To
No, I
stick.
love
Oh, the
Yeah.
cooking,
I love
yeah,
that.
that matters. It's a whole other element we haven't
That's
thought
so
of.
crucial.
Yeah.
And kind of going back a couple minutes ago, you said just make the best art that you freaking possibly can. Do you guys know who Phil X is?
Yeah.
Fantastic guitarist. I had the pleasure to ask him like literally 2 questions, and one of the questions like, how do you know your music's good enough? He's like, when you can stand in front of a freaking bus with it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa, that was
Wow.
so raw of an answer. Like, whoa, man. But it's true, and if you focus on that, man, there's gonna be some sort of following for it.
Yeah.
Phil X was my guitar instructor for like 2 summers.
Really?
So I know
Whoa.
him.
Holy
He
moly.
gave me good advice too. He was just said like, don't wear shorts on stage. That was his advice to me.
Really?
Okay.
That's damn good advice.
I do wear shorts on stage sometimes, but then I was like, why not? And he was like, because you're gonna play like you're wearing shorts on stage.
I love that guy,
like
man.
that,
I love
yeah.
that guy. I remember he told a story about when he first met Chris Cornell, and he
Right.
like shredded in studio and everything, and Chris is like, I think you're gonna need to take it up a step, and he just looks at Chris. He's like, yeah, but it looked really cool, didn't it? Okay, man.
All of the one-liners.
This is the last one-liner. Speaking of one-liners that I have personally, you said this, and I love this. Don't leave your success to someone else. Don't leave it up to someone else to do it. I think it was when we were talking about be aware of your look. Pay attention to everything. Holy moly, man! Paying attention to specifically everything. And not just allowing, that person will take care of it, that person will take care of it, but being
No, you gotta
proactive about it.
focus. Yep.
I love that, man. It's obviously served you guys really well, and it's so true.
Well, we want to lead fulfilling lives, and so like Lockwood is really good at music production. My sister is really good at music production, and they're both interested in it and trying to get better at it. I'm into directing music videos, so it's like to be fulfilled and to be creatively fulfilled, you do kind of have to be like, yeah, I can do this. I don't, you can learn from other people, but once you reach the point where you're ready, you just have to accept that you're ready.
Yeah,
and
you
go
got to do
for
it. You got to
I love that.
acceptance.
That's it.
I love that.
We are here at DriveWire Radio.
Done.
We are trying to figure out how you can lead a fulfilling life,
And
and
we're
we
bringing
just
the
got
people in
some
to do it.
ridiculously good advice
Yeah.
from Courage, my love.
I think we got to start each episode by telling people to bring a notepad and a pen out because
my
we're
God.
about to feed them some information.
This book on the front of it says plans for world domination, and it's just filled with ridiculous
A
advice
lot of
from guests
good
that we've had, and
advice.
you guys are in there now.
Yeah,
You're
you guys
officially
are
in there.
awesome.
Thank you
You
so
guys
much
want
for
to sign
coming,
the
guys.
page? It'd be sweet.
I'm cool with that. That's a
That's
good
a great idea,
Okay.
right? That's a book of autographs.
Yo, that's
right
it. That's
there.
it for this week. We've kept these guys long enough. Dad wants to get out of here. I can feel his
I can
energy.
feel the energies.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Hey, guys.
DriveWire Radio, CFRE.
DriveWireRadio.com on Facebook, on Instagram. We'll be on Snapchat eventually.
We've
as
been
you
saying that
say.
for like a year.
Well, yeah.
It's good. It's good. Catch
It's
us
good.
next week, 5 p.m. Wednesdays. Thank you for listening.
CFRE DriveWire Radio. Thank you.
That's it.